everyone, and welcome back to Crypto Simplified. Today we will have a look at the market as well as a few coins that have shown some really positive price action and a few coins that I think you should be buying since they're quite low right now and they could give you some fantastic returns. But before I go on, just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice and you should really be doing your own research. All I'm doing is pointing you in a direction where you can start your research. Thank you so much for the likes, the comments, the suggestions, the subscriptions, and for sharing my content all around the internet. Thank you so much, everyone. So to begin, this is a huge topic that has been covered from a variety of angles, and the problem is no one really knows how this is going to pan out. For those who do not know, the FCC, the organization that handles communications in the United States, have put an end to net neutrality. Now it's completely possible for corporations to come in and affect your viewing habits. Among the many things they can do is create fast lanes or even stop you from accessing certain sites altogether. So this is a huge watershed moment, and people are saying that this could mean the end of Bitcoin. So this is an article posted on thenextweb.com, and they talk about potential possibilities of this ruling. And they're saying it could be the end of Bitcoin, and they're saying it quite definitively, but not really, because in an interview with Andreas Antonopoulos, he did say that this will not affect the Bitcoin network. But as suggested in this article, what this could affect is the flow of new people into the Bitcoin market, especially if their internet providers have a preferred entry point into the Bitcoin market. That might be an exchange or a particular wallet that they prefer that you use. So now it's a bigger responsibility than ever for people who are already in the Bitcoin ecosystem to educate people coming into the scene for the first time. I know the subreddit r/BTC is not actually about Bitcoin, but it's about people selling Bitcoin as Bitcoin Cash. While I have no problem with Bitcoin Cash as an idea, I do not like this misleading information. All this means is that we need to be extra vigilant about the information. We need to critique all our information much more and ask the question every time, where is this information coming from? Who could profit from this information going out? And I've got some more information for newbies in cryptocurrency. There is a great online resource called Decryptionai. It's like Wikipedia, but for cryptocurrency. So this has got a whole bunch of simple definitions and ways to make it easier for you to understand cryptocurrency without having a technical background. So I'll attach the link to this in my description like I do for all my resources, so please do check this out. Next up, we have a look at the market, and Bitcoin is continuing its march towards $20,000 US. In general, however, the market is looking very good. We are moving towards that 600 billion cryptocurrency market cap. We were barely at 200 billion just a few weeks ago, so we're really growing fast and we're gaining momentum. We have two coins in the top 100 that have over double their value in the last 24 hours, and these are two pretty solid coins. There was a lot of FUD about Verge a few weeks ago, but that seems to have cleared up, and that looks like something that's well and truly in the past. So later on in the video, I'll talk about these coins that have had huge growth in the last 24 hours. But first up, let's have a look at the Indian markets. Things seem to have stagnated a little bit, but there is good news if you would like to convert fiat into crypto, because the differences are actually not that great. So for those visiting my channel for the first time, you might not know what this spreadsheet is about. In India, we tend to pay a bit of a premium for our cryptocurrency. The price is often over 10% above your international market value. So the purpose of this spreadsheet is to help you calculate which cryptocurrency has the lowest price premium. It'll update automatically. All you need to do is put the CoinEx price in this light blue column and everything will change automatically. If you would like access to this spreadsheet, the link is in the description. Please answer a few questions for me, leave me your email address, and I will add you to this. Often, I wait for the difference to be as close to single digits as possible. It is quite rare, and that means I need to watch the market on two sides. So firstly, I need to see whether there's an actual dip internationally, and secondly, if there is a dip in the CoinEx premium. So if that's a thought process that you take on board as well, you will find this spreadsheet fairly helpful. So now let's have a look at the coins. Verge is up over 100%. I admit I was hodling Verge for a while, and then I was in about a 20% loss. I sold a little bit at a loss, but I did keep a big chunk. And I did sell that at around 105 Satoshi. Compared to where it's at now, I think I made a bit of a mistake, but I do have profits, and that's how you should be looking at this market. There will always be people who've made more on the sales than you, but all you need to care about is coming out of the trade with more Satoshi than you went in the trade with. That is it. Incremental gains, small wins are what will make you a happy person in this cryptocurrency market. You will always regret having sold too early or too late, and that is where the practice and experience comes into this. But do not beat yourself up if you did not make as much profit as you could have, because today might not have been your day, but your day might be coming soon. So do not worry. And that being said, if you have missed this Verge train, be pretty careful, because we've already had a 100% price increase. If you join now, you might be closer to the dip than you are to further growth. So be wary of this. Do not succumb to FOMO. If you want to know why this is happening, there's this article on Medium about the Wraith protocol that seems to suggest that this might be the reason why Verge is flying right now. What is the Wraith protocol? Well, they have a really nice infographic over here to help you understand it. Put simply, the Wraith protocol enables off-chain anonymous transactions on the Verge blockchain. It's as simple as that. John McAfee seems completely sold on this idea, and he says that Monero, Verge, and Zcash are his ways forward. Privacy is possibly the hottest topic that we have in our society right now, so I think this is fairly sound logic. If you're looking at a possible entry point for Verge, I would wait, because you can see this price action has been absolutely phenomenal. Does some of it have to do with John McAfee's vote of confidence? Maybe it does. But what we have over here is an asset showing highly exuberant price action. It hit a high of 360 Satoshi and now it's already pulled back to under 300. So it's gone up, it needs to drop, and then it needs to consolidate. So do not rush into buying right now, because it might be on a downtrend. Or who knows, this might not even be a downtrend. It could be a slight correction before another moonshot. But what we do know for sure is that it has already moved a lot. So any investment right now could be seen as a little risky. However, you should still be doing your own research, and if you do think it's going to go up way further, then go for it. It's your money, it's your decision that you have reached a logical conclusion to. Next up, my favorite project in this space, my hands down favorite project in this space is Cardano, and I feel rewarded for putting money in early. I put a whole bunch in a few months ago, and I did consolidate my position recently when Cardano dipped. Just a week and a half ago, I bought at 720 Satoshi, and the price is flying. I've tripled my money from that week, and I've sold a bit as well. So this is it. This is key. You should be booking in your profits fairly frequently so that you can then reinvest more, especially if it's a project that you believe in. And I've done exactly that with Cardano, and I feel vindicated by my decision. Your pattern should be buy low, wait for it to go up, sell at acceptable profits, then wait for it to come back down again and put that money right back in so you buy more and increase your position. This works if you believe in the project, and that is my strategy. With time, you will develop your own strategies, because what works for me at this time right now will not necessarily work for you at this time right now, because we have our own goals, we have our own outlooks on what makes a good cryptocurrency. So investing is all about your individual expression. You find what you think works for you, Stick to it, but don't be religious with it, because you need to change your strategy at some point. With more people entering the market all the time, the market itself, the nature of this market will change. So that's something you need to be flexible with too. Another coin shooting right up the charts is Status. For those of you who watched my District OX video, link over here, you would have known that I mentioned the CEO of Status as being a major part of the District OX platform. He's a top advisor on that platform, and there seems to be a fair amount of vertical integration here. If you look on the website, you can see Etlans. I mentioned that earlier. Aragon, I mentioned that earlier as well. Gnosis, I haven't spoken about this yet, but it is an idea that I really enjoy, so I will talk about this in the near future. These guys are integrating other apps into their platform. So what they're trying to do is create a network based on Ethereum where you have a lot of the basic internet functionality that we have right now. The advantage is, instead of having centralized servers for WhatsApp and Facebook, for example, you have a decentralized status server. No one combs through your information. No one sells your information to advertisers. So what they're trying to do is take cryptocurrency mobile and make it user-friendly. So this is a fairly interesting project, and I will be looking at this in some detail a little later, because I do think what they're trying to do is bring cryptocurrency to the mainstream. If you think about it, companies like Instagram and Facebook only became really, really big when your parents got on. Because when there was value for absolutely everyone on the network to be on there, then it truly became huge. And that was a network effect in full flow. When it comes to price action, Status doesn't actually look that exciting when it comes to the longer term thing. So if I go back to when it was launched, it just completely messes up my graph. So I have to have part of July out of the graph because it just completely skews my reading of this. So Status has breached, if you look at this lower line, an old line of resistance. And then it went straight ahead and breached another line of resistance, but we do see slight pullback and consolidation over here. So what could this mean for the future? Well, let's see. If this platform gets adopted, we could see further price movement. But what we do know for sure, this asset is up, and is up a fair amount. It's almost double its price. So what you should be doing is adding this to your watch list and waiting for a bit of a pullback in order to buy in a little later. There will be lots of FOMO in this market, and people can make money on FOMO. I'm not even going to rubbish that idea. People can, but it's a very risky way of making money. What you should be doing is planning your moves when an asset that you like is down. I'll be paraphrasing this quote, but a good ice hockey player knows where the puck is. A great one knows where the puck is going to be. And that's exactly what you should be trying to plan. You should be trying to anticipate these markets by choosing solid projects and also using a bit of technical analysis just to help minimize your risk. There's no way of eliminating your risk because this is cryptocurrency, a highly volatile market. You're not really going to be able to know for sure, which is why diversify your portfolios and do your research. Next up, we have IOTA. It's gone way down, way down. If you like this project, you should be watching this like a hawk. But I have come across a few articles, I shall attach the links in the description, that are raising a few alarm bells. Yes, they're a little old. And if I look at the Reddit community, no one's saying anything negative about this project for fear of being witch hunted. So I'm a little scared about this. There isn't enough open discussion about this project just yet. There's too much exuberance from one side, and now we have a lot of people with doomsday scenarios on the other side. What we need is a bit of reasoned discussion, so I'll be looking out for any more objective news I can put my hands on. But so far, I'm a little concerned. I will not hide that. And then next up, what we've got is Waves. I did talk about this in my last video. Do check it out. I'll attach a link over here. Basically, I think Waves is setting themselves up to be a fantastic network token. Currently, I find the price is a little higher than I would like to pay. So my buy interval is between 55,000 and 45,000 Satoshi. I have set a buy order at exactly 60,000 though, because I'm a little skeptical about the price actually dropping that far. I haven't yet decided what I'll do if the price shoots up, but what I do know for sure is that this is an asset I definitely want to accumulate a fair amount of. It's currently valued at around $13. And for a network token, I find that is ludicrously undervalued, especially if they manage to get more transactions per second than Ethereum and Bitcoin. They have said that this is something that will be possible on their network, so let's see if they can actually follow that up with results. And lastly, I will talk about one of my favorite and most undervalued coins, and it is actually up today. When I was planning this video last night, I did not know that it was going to shoot up. The price was significantly lower, but I do think that it is still an attractive buy point, even though it's gone up almost 30%. And I say this because Ark has just very recently broken a major resistance point. I have put a couple more lines over there, and those are actually my sell points. So I was accumulating Ark from around 24,000 Satoshi. I have been keeping a fair amount with me and selling as I've been getting this up and down price movement, because I've noticed that Ark has been fairly volatile without actually showing any moonshot type potential recently. A problem with Ark is that they don't actually have too much out in terms of working products. They have a lot of promises though, and one of their promises is called a smart bridge. Some people say that Ark's proposed smart bridge network is better than the Lightning network that's being implemented on things like Litecoin and Vertcoin. But do we know this for sure? Not really, because Ark does not have a working version of this smart bridge available to the public. So this is exactly where the risk reward comes in. Are you willing to put some money down at this low fee on what is currently just a hypothetical? I am, because I have done my research and I put a little bit in, so if I do lose this, it's not too much of a problem. Like I often repeat in my videos, only invest what you are willing to lose. And I've put a bit in because I am willing to lose a little bit in this Ark if it doesn't go badly, because I think the upsides to this far outweigh any downsides that might happen if I lose this tiny bit that I've put in. If you look at that all-time high, it's about 6 times higher than where we are right now. And if you look at Ark's roadmap, they are close to finishing a fair few projects. I would like to show it to you, but the roadmap and the website currently aren't loading too well. So I will attach a link in the description, so hopefully when I've uploaded this, the site is back up so you can actually check what's happening. So I think that is it for my market update. If you have any further suggestions of your own, I'm all ears, so please let me know what you think. Thank you for all the likes, the subscriptions, the shares, and for all the interaction I've had on my channel and on Twitter. Thank you all so much. If you live in India and you would like some offline events where we can actually meet up in person, discuss a few things over beers or coffee, do let me know. It's something I'm very open to doing. I live in Mumbai, so we can definitely have some local meetups going. I'm completely in favor of that because cryptocurrency will change our world. I would like to take these meetings into the real world and not just keep them in this digital realm. So if you like the video and you enjoy hearing my point of view, do like, do subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on this channel very soon. This is Mar from Crypto Simplified signing out. You have an awesome rest of the day. Later.